Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Heather Hope with The Inspired Entrepreneur podcast. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday to you guys. I'm recording this Saturday night, so last night for you guys. I gotta say, I am feeling so much better. So you don't know, but I did mention it on our last one that I was getting the second vaccine, the second dose. Well, I did. Actually, it was a really great course of events. Let me tell you about that really quick, because it was just one of those law of attraction, universe is lining things up perfectly type of thing. So, okay, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather Hope, and I talk about the law of attraction, primarily about Abraham Hicks and business and life and love and everything, manifesting everything. Okay. Excuse me. So Thursday, I feel like it's not loud enough, but everything is on high. Okay. So Thursday, we had planned on going to this one local clinic, because when I called the day prior, I called Safeway, which is where we got our first shot. And because we were not notified ever since our first one. And I kept checking like numerous times for appointments over the last 3-4 weeks, and nothing was available. So I called, and they're like, well, you gotta, check. They, release the dates every week. You got to check over the weekend. And I'm like, woman, I have tried at least 24 times to get an appointment online. And tomorrow is day 42, which is like the cutoff date of, getting your second dose. Otherwise, you have to start over. And I'm like, seriously, I'm not going to do this again. So I was trying to tell her, like, there's no availability. Like, every time I check, there's nothing. And I'm down to the wire. And I didn't know that until I checked the calendar, like right before I called her. So I had no idea that I was that close to that deadline. And so she was talking to me, and her assistant, somebody in the background, was telling her, well, go to this clinic. They have a walk-in clinic. So she told me, oh, okay, well, go there. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I look it up. It seems legit. And so I get the papers printed out for us because both my husband were going to go do it. And so Thursday comes, and we go, and they're like, no, we only take appointments. And I'm like, oh, what? And they're like, blah, blah, blah. And the woman's like, checks her calendar, and she's like, well, we can make an exception. It would be like Tuesday. And I'm like, well, today's the last day. And it's just one of those things where we were never notified to schedule, neither of us. So she was like, check the hospital, because she thought that they did them there. She wasn't quite sure, but she's like, check the hospital. And I'm like, okay, well, it's right down the street. So at that point, I was getting just a tad bit annoyed with Safeway. I really was. I was kind of getting a little pissed off about Safeway. So I'm like, okay, we'll drive across the street so we're driving towards the hospital, and all of a sudden there's a sign that says COVID vaccine clinic. And we're like, cool. So we go, and we park, and we're following the signs, and it takes us into the building, and they were doing a clinic, and they were supposed to have appointments, but we told them, what's up. And all the volunteers at the hospital were, conducting this clinic, all the check-in. There's like a lot of them. And so they were just very nice, and we were just so grateful, because they're just like going to take us in. And so we get in, and I get back there to get the shot, and I just happened to ask. I said, do you guys do this every day? And the woman's like, no, we only do this on Thursdays, and it's only for the second shot. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. It was one of those moments of course, the universe lined it all up. I like just was chill about it for the whole time. Like I kept saying, you know what? I know that the timing will be right. I know that I'll be notified in some way to either through thought of like, okay, it's time to call Safeway. Call them, see what's up, see if I can get it. And then it all fell into place. And so to hear that, no, they only do it on Thursdays. Today was Thursday. It was day 42, my last day. It was for the second shot. The only thing was that you're supposed to kind of have an appointment, but we didn't. And they were cool about it. So it all worked out. Anyway, first day was fine. Second day and third day. I'm not going to get into this detail because I don't want any of this to affect you if you are getting it and having. So I did have a reaction, which was perfectly fine. So I did feel sick for the past 2 days, which is totally fine. I mean, I had my work done except for tonight I had to do these, but I knew I was going to feel better tonight. I just had this feeling that it was going to be 2 days and I'm going to be done and that's it. And I feel so much better. So it's one of those times of contrast of when you're feeling sick, you really appreciate feeling well. And then when you start feeling well, you're like, oh my God, I feel so good. You know what I mean? Like it's such a nice feeling to feel good. And you legit don't get it until you feel sick. And if you're not sick very often, which is the case in our household, like we're never sick, neither of us, that contrast is never there. Now we don't need contrast, but it's one of those moments of like, oh my God, I feel so much better. It's awesome. So all is well. I feel good. And here we are. So welcome back, guys. I just feel really good. I'm just happy that I feel good. You know what I mean? Like I've been laying on the couch and laying on bed back and forth, hot, cold, all over the place. So anyhow, let's jump into March 18th. Let me pull out my book. It's The Inspired Entrepreneur. It's on Amazon. And today is one of the longer ones. There's only like a handful of pages that filled into the next day. I was really trying to keep everything on one page each day. Otherwise, this book would have been really long. Okay. This book actually could be a lot shorter, and I've thought about doing that. I have lots of ideas, but anyhow, sometimes you just don't want to mess with something. You know what I mean? Like it's already done. You don't want to mess with it because the messing with it can take a long time. And then you're like, then it might not be as good as. Now, if I had a strong desire to do that, then I would. Okay. So April 18th, let's read it. Vibrational marketing is about getting yourself into vibrational alignment with your dream clients, lining up the energy. You become a magnet that attracts your clients who want what you are offering. You are literally a magnet of energy. You are either attracting or repelling people. You don't even need to speak to people to get them to find you. They just find you. You get into alignment and you follow impulses. That's the easiest way to live and work a business. The easiest way to find the love of your life. The easiest way to make money. The easiest way to do everything. Line up the energy and follow your thoughts. Okay. That was a mouthful, right? So this was about vibrational marketing. So basically the law of attraction for your business. So, you become a magnet. It's kind of weird to read my book. I don't have the Word doc up. Maybe I'll pull that up. Excuse my nose. It's like all of a sudden giving me an issue. So, lining up your energy. Basically, let me pull it up on my computer. I like looking at it while I talk. Then I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, excuse me. So when it's so much about how you think about your business and how you think about your service, your products, whatever it is that you have as a business. How are you thinking about it? Because we know that thoughts and words are the most important thing. Like, our vibration is the most important thing, but what creates vibration? Thoughts and feelings, right? Thoughts, words, feelings. All of that creates your vibration. And so say you were not pleased with your business, like you don't have enough clients, you don't have enough money, the results aren't very good. Like I used to, when I was coaching coaches, I was adamant, guys. I was so adamant about coach on something that you have excelled in. Be a coach to people of subjects, of particular specific subjects, topics that you have excelled, because that creates confidence, and that creates like this knowing. So what I have found, and I used to do it myself and then I stopped doing it, what I found with a lot of my clients was that they were trying to coach other people in the things that they were trying to help themselves with currently. Does that make sense? So they were, just anybody I met, all the coaches I met, most of them that I've met that were like new coaches, most of them were trying to coach people on the things that they were having trouble with. And it just didn't make sense. It's just, I think it's out there somewhere of like, if you want to help yourself, help other people, whatever. But if you really want to excel in business, like as a coach, let's just say, or, anything in like service based, if you want to help other people, make sure that you have absolutely excelled, because then you you have the capability of helping other people. You have that knowing, right? It's not like, well, I hope it works. I mean, it hasn't really worked for me yet, but I hope it works for you. There's a lack of confidence there. Lack of confidence, lack of clarity, lack of all these things, because if you haven't figured it out, you're not going to be able to figure it out with your clients, and they're going to know, but it's a vibration. You're not going to know, but I mean, you can attract clients that way though. You can attract clients who are weary of what's it called? Weary of hiring a coach. If they don't think that a coach will help them, but they hire you anyway, and you're lacking confidence in your ability, that's how you do get clients, because you're matching up with that vibration. But it's a sucky way to go. It's a terrible business plan. You really want your clients to succeed. So you want to attract clients that want to succeed. You need to feel like you can help people. Like without a doubt, you know that you can help people in this subject. You can help them, whatever it is that you're like, yep, I've done it. I know how to help other people and all that. So hope that makes sense. So you're a magnet. You're either attracting or repelling people. So if you're thinking about your product and you're just like, it's not as good as others. Like if you actually don't like your product, which I don't know who would do that, but it's probably more along the lines of service, because service is about you, and that can really get messy if you don't have the confidence, right? So if you don't have the confidence to deliver what you promise or the results that you're promising, you don't have the confidence. You're either not going to attract, people who are going to get better or helped, or you're going to attract people who also don't believe that they can succeed as well. Okay. So we always know, we talk about this almost daily. You get into alignment and you follow impulses. You follow the thoughts. Follow the thoughts. So get into alignment, which means get into a good feeling place. Feel good. Be happy for any reason to be happy. You don't have to be happy about your business. You just have to be happy about anything. And your vibration rises, right? It's pretty cool that it does that. That you don't have to necessarily be super positive about your business. You just have to be happy about anything. So like I think about my dog and I'm happy. I play with him. I pet him. I talk to him. I just look at him because he's so cute. And I'm happy, and that helps everything. That helps me attract everything. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Did I cover everything? I don't want to talk too long because I'd like to continue to feel good. I'd like to continue to feel good today or tonight. So I think I'm going to let you go. Tomorrow is going to be really good. We're going to talk about wobbling. And that's something that I haven't spoken about in a while. I used to talk about it all the time with my clients because I learned the art of not wobbling about things. So catch me tomorrow, guys. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and I will be back. Bye-bye.